do, right? Oh, we haven't been lying this whole time.
Nah, I thought I hit the.
Oh wow.
Lala usually hit the. My bad. My bad.
Wow.
My bad. My bad.
So nobody in the comments is seeing this?
Nah, they didn't hear what we said. They didn't hear what we said.
Dang. All
Yeah,
right,
I
so we gotta
fucked
start
up.
over.
I'm the Pelicans. I'm the Pelicans. My bad. All right. Sorry, y'all. I thought I hit the go live button. I did not hit the go live button. That was on me. I am the
We
Pelicans
talking for
tonight.
6 minutes.
We've been podding for 6 minutes, bro. Like I apologize. I'm out here podding with no heart, no presence, no IQ. And that's on me, man. Grub and Five had great points. Just to catch y'all up, Grub said the Pelicans. How many points they gave up? You said it was 200. What? Damn near 200.
280 points, 2 games. Yeah, and the Pelicans get 2 out of the 3 worst games for the. Best games for the Bucks this year came against the Pelicans. It's like this tells you right here, and defensively, we're talking about those 3 guys. You said 3 guys get over 25 tonight. Those 3 guys combined for 79 points on 47 shots.
Man,
79 points on 47 shots. You add in Bobby Portis to that mix, and Bobby Portis has 17 on 12 shots. You talk about 96 points from their top 4 scorers on 59 shots, bro. On 59 shots. That's just too easy. That's just way too. You can't. There's no team in the league that you can allow their top 4 scorers to all be shooting well over 70%, and you think you're gonna have a chance of winning that ball game. It's just they're not even. As bad as they were defensively, they are worse this year, top to bottom. And you see the folks with the Herb Jones comments. At this point, you can't defend Herb at all. He's not even defending well. Tonight, he was getting lit up by Cam Thomas. Tonight, he was getting lit up by, the shots were just falling in his face. So it's just, there's no one who can escape blame defensively tonight. Everybody was awful, embarrassingly so.
Ryan Rollins 10 for 15, Kevin Porter 10 for 15. Cam was 11 of 17. Incredible efficiency from the Bucks tonight. We welcome Hell to the show. What's up, Hell? Five, you were saying JB got out coached. I wanted you to speak on that because they basically found a victim and they kept going at it. So I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
Nah, man. If anybody's wondering why I got this bird on my head, I got this from Mardi Gras, right? I had a wonderful time at the parades. As you can tell, I refuse to allow the Pelicans to pull me down. No. Whenever I'm having a bad time, look at this. Look at this. This should make you happy. This should make you happy if you see I'm having a good day now.
One more time, Five, please.
Watch me hit that bird wall. Watch me hit that bird wall. Watch me hit that. So, all right, back to this Pelicans basketball game or semblance of a Pelicans basketball game. Yeah, JB got his card, pulled by Doc Rivers. Ain't nothing you can do about it. They ran the same play over and over and over again. They got whatever they wanted, and they went back to it. Like old school basketball. That's what you would see. They lifted on one side, screen roll on the other, man in the middle. Then there's one in help side. It's a layup, and they kept going back to it. And they had people that can shoot. All these guns in New Orleans, and we can't shoot. That's the issue, dog. I'ma keep saying it. You know what's mind-boggling though? To have a person like a player like Zion, you're we gotta surround him with shooting, and we just don't. I'm not saying this game was the game that the light bulb went off, but how many years do we have to continue to go through this where we just don't have any shooting? The league is progressing that you just have to have shooters on your team, but yet we just can't find any. No one can shoot. Y'all went on vacation and y'all didn't shoot when you went back. Nobody got in the gym was hey, I'm gonna be better after All-Star break. Nah, fuck it. Oh, well, fuck it. I'm gonna just keep hitting this bird walk, and y'all gonna keep missing threes.
Yo, to add on to that was incredible, along with the hat and the dance. That was fantastic.
Shout out to Soulja Boy.
Just to add on to that, man, like it ain't just this year. Like we never have shooters. Never. You said the league is trending to shoot like shooters like 15 years ago. Like you're almost a decade. You're a decade behind on the style of basketball. Bro, the Pelicans made 4 American 3-point jump shots tonight. 4 out of 25 that they shot, they made 4.
And that ain't even enough. 25 ain't even enough to shoot.
Like
Lito,
what's up, bro?
Lito, let me ask a question real quick. The beard.
Yeah.
That's you?
You see that boy,
Nah,
huh?
man, I got in the lab, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's all you?
I mean, bro, I don't want no weave.
Huh?
I don't want no weave, man.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the color.
Oh, yeah. You see the size?
Yeah. No, that's I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna need the dye tester.
They ain't on me. Shout out to my barber, man. Shout out to my barber, man. Hey, hold on, wait.
Full of clean though. I didn't go.
Hold up.
This is the second time you done pulled this. It's the second time you done pulled this, Chris.
He tried to lie to me, dog.
Hey, B.I. was there. I told him don't put that shit on me, man. He ain't listen.
He won't get the past me, dog. All right, go ahead. I won't talk basketball, to be honest. Y'all will talk something else.
Man, ain't nothing to talk about. This shit is like the Pelicans like an they're you take antidepressants. Go ahead, girl.
I have to say, like Five was talking about the number of made threes. So again, just a lot of these things just show you how bad it's been. But tonight was the 21st game this season where the Pelicans made less than 10 threes. That's as many as they had all of last season. That's more than they've had in any of the previous 4 seasons. Like, you don't have shooting. Like, it's not. You don't have both parts of it. Like you say, A, you don't have enough shooters, and B, you don't have people who think about shooting. Like who just you got opportunities tonight. Like this was your chance. All these dudes had a chance to just let the ball fly, man. Like the shots were there. You had to make up 10 threes just from Trey being gone. So somebody tonight, there were 10 threes on the table, and you didn't want to take them. Like, guys, you had the chance, and you didn't even want to take them. So, yeah, it's one thing to, like, we've talked about this so many times. It's one thing to not take a bunch of threes. If you don't take them, you got to just be highly proficient. We've seen teams like the Nuggets, who for a lot of the run with Jokic, they didn't take a lot of threes, but they were proficient. They made 37, 38%. Pelicans don't make them proficiently. They don't shoot them frequently enough. They don't make enough. They allow too many. And when they don't allow too many, they allow them too easily. So even if the other team doesn't make 20 threes against you, if they only make 12, they're shooting 40% on those threes. So you're not getting the long rebounds. You're not getting the opportunities in transition. That's why it's just the 3-point we do it so many times to talk about just their lack of making them, but they have a problem on both sides of the ball when it comes to the 3. They don't know what to do with it defensively, and they don't know how to utilize it offensively. Mm-hmm. And that's roster construction, it's coaching, it's players' mentality, it's all of those things. And when we talk about the Pelicans, we are consistently having to say these are structural issues. These are not just one night. This is not, the other team played. They do this to themselves because it's not like the Bucks the Bucks are one of the worst defensive teams in the league. And you lost to them by 21 at home. Like there's nothing good. There's nothing good that you could take from this team.
I just want to know, why can't they just at least formulate themselves against the zone, right? Like, that shit is mind-boggling to me. Like, you're the only team in the league that teams historically go zone against, and you have no idea how to operate in it. Get somebody in the middle. Have at it. You have 2 players, Derek Queen, Zion Williamson. Perfect for it. These are your zone beaters, right? If they go 2-3 zone or matchup zone, covering boxes and elbows, yeah, you have at least 3 wing players, have somebody in the middle, and you're playing high-low from there. And then the shooters go to the corner. I don't know what else to say. This is very simple basketball. Very simple.
It don't seem like it.
I know. I never played in the NBA. I get it. These are elite athletes, but you also are an elite athlete. Those two things should, cancel each other out. The other part is the mental. It just lets me know the mental is not there. This team is not mentally capable of beating the other team. That's the pill that I will not swallow. You're just not smart enough.
I think both of you guys are right. Five and Grub. I think part of it is what we've been talking about with some of the players in regards to IQ at parts of the game. And then another element is roster, is the consistent issues with the roster construction, the way you don't even have the options, to beat the defenses or to make teams pay for running these kind of schemes against you. You don't even have the options to where, okay, even if you make the right play in the zone and you find a corner, you don't have many guys that you trust that can hit the shots, or the defense is either worried about closing out on. Jordan Poole returns tonight, which I don't know how much we're going to talk about that, but he the same guy that was playing, before he ended up getting bitched, the same guy, inefficient, couldn't shoot the ball. And it's like, dog, Trey Murphy, like the Pelicans make Trey Murphy look like Steph Curry. Like that's how important he is to this team shooting, to where any given night he can have half their threes. And part of that is about how good he is, but it's also about how bad the rest of the team is. We were having conversations about Bryce McGowan's, like, Bryce was shooting, whatever on a low volume. Can he continue? It's crazy we even have to have that conversation, because he's not this. He should never be in a situation where we're talking about him being your second or best third shooter. That's not what he is. That's not at his best. It's not what he's going to be. At Herb's best, it's not what he's going to be. He's putrid. But you need more specialists, any specialists that can shoot the basketball. I don't care what they can't do. If they can't rebound, they can't defend. And we've been talking about this for a long time now, man. Rim protection and the ability to space the floor and shoot the ball adequately. They haven't been able to find. I don't know how much they search for it, to be honest. I don't know how much they've attempted to add these guys to the building, but it's clear as day, man, that these days are looking for point guards and looking for defenders that can guard 1 through 5 and do all these different things, and small ball fives, all this other shit. It has to end, bro. We can't be having these conversations anymore. They need, at an elementary level, 2 to 3 things, and they need multiple of them. We're gonna be continuing to have these conversations no matter what. I can't speak to James Borrego didn't have that well of a game tonight in coaching. And before that, Willie Green was god awful, and before that, it was Stan Van Gundy and Alvin Gentry, whatever. But we should not be talking almost 10 years later about the same problems with a roster that has had so much overturn and so many different changes, in that period of time. No franchise should have to be talking like that.
It's not good. I don't feel like being gloomy. Never mind. Chris, hey, I got some great news for you. Besides
What's up, bro?
Trey, I'm gonna say Trey Sadiq, the best 3-point shooter from the corner on this team is Carlo. Carlo is shooting that shit from the corner now, and I'm like, yes, he gonna make it.
But he won't shoot them. He won't shoot them at a high volume. Carlo, he'll go 2 for 2, and that's it. Like, he got to look around at some point and say, dog, like, if not me, who else some nights? And that's saying a lot. I don't know what Carlo's shooting for the year, but you're right. You're right. And we talked about that a couple years ago. Justin and Chaz will talk about the corner three with Carlo, and that being a development. But tonight, like, Carlo went 4 for 4. He played 25 minutes. And you don't miss a shot. And this team has 4 threes.
Take
Come
more
on,
shots.
dog.
And
Take more shots, Carlo.
Led the team in DQ led the team in rebounding. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about. Like I don't know what to talk about. This team is like, I feel like they just don't deserve me to even talk about them. They depressing. They're depressing. It is a
I got something for you.
awful bad. Talk to me.
I got something for you. What about the front office rankings that came out? I forgot who did them.
Yeah.
There was that the Pelicans
29th.
They were they were 29th.
Something like that. And then ESPN, I believe, came out with the NBA player rankings post All-Star break. Zion was like 39, Trey was like 53. I mean, there's something. I'm trying.
I mean, yeah, how you feel about Zion being ranked 39th?
What y'all think? Y'all think Five Grub? Y'all think Zion has crept back to the top 40?
No. No. I mean, he's just like, what do we like? He's just replaceable at this stage, and that's the difference. Is before you could make the case that he was not replaceable, and there's nothing he's done this season to show that he's not replaceable at this point. He has good nights, but like we look at that tonight, and we're like, oh, well, Zion scored a bunch, but you also had 14 players who had as many or more rebounds than him tonight. 14, like that. He didn't get the double-digit free throw attempts tonight on a night when it's not like the Bucks have shot blocking inside. And people say, well, they take him out because there's no, and they take him out every time he's getting a rhythm. But nobody's going to take you out when you are constantly, destroying the opposition. The problem is he's giving it right back on the other end. Like he's not making the difference. So to me, if you want to be putting that upper echelon, you're talking top 40, you're talking borderline all-star. And there's nothing to me this season that would put Zion in that range. He's a guy who has some nice nights. But again, I've said this all year. How many nights has he been the best player on the floor? He wasn't the best player on the floor. Tonight he had the most points, but he wasn't the best player on the floor. So it's like that to me keeps him out of the top 40.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's just really the thing that gets me about Zion is like, it's all the promise. Like you it's there, but you don't want to feel so bad that you won't even try. Like you warming up shooting threes in practice, like that shit don't translate. You go back to doing exactly. It's like I don't want to compare Zion to what I'm about to compare him to, but I have to. It's like a drug addict, right? When they're around you, they looking clean, they having a good time. As soon as they leave, they're going back to doing what they always do, and he just does. He just reverts right back to what he always does, and that's cool. That's gonna get you by. That's gonna get you 32 points, but that ain't leading to winning. You know what I mean? That ain't leading to success, right? Like, how do you help your team win? How do you help the young guys be better? Like, that's what I would want to see from Zion Williamson in year 7. Like, that's the progression. And we just haven't. So Grubb is saying that he's replaceable. I don't want to say that as much, but I'm not going to sit here and be like he's wrong, because why not think that? Why not think like, if I had a Cam Thomas on my team, I probably could get 30 points tonight if I gave him a certain allotment of shots. That's not too far-fetched. Would I be winning games? No, I ain't winning games now. I'm probably at half the price. Oh, sure, a quarter of the price.
It's less than half the price.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just thinking about it theoretically at that point, like, financially, it would make sense. You could just give a guy same amount of shots, and if he could give me 30, great.
So let me ask y'all this, he scored 25 points tonight. When Cam Thomas was a free agent, do you think the Pelicans had any interest in him?
I mean, well, he was available. I don't think he was a
not a free agent. Yeah, not a free
Yeah.
agent, but he was when he got cut. Let's just say when he got cut.
I would hope they would want a guy that could score like that. No matter what the baggage was. I mean, you wouldn't have to Jordan Poole. That didn't matter. I guess because he won a championship, that was enough. But like he's a guy that can get you a bucket. Why not have that when you don't have it on your team? No matter what they tell you, a helping hand is a helping hand, no matter if it's clean or dirty. This would have been one of those things.
This is crazy. I'm sorry, Father.
To me, I think if to me it's like if you had Jordan Hawkins that you were paying this money to, and Jordan Hawkins is making more than Cam Thomas is, right? Is he not making more money because Cam got released by the Nets and the Nets brought him back on a 1-year deal at the first place? So I think Cam was making like $6 million this year, something like that.
Yeah,
it's some god awful number. So you telling me just even for that, like Jordan Hawkins knowing what Jordan Hawkins is, Cam Thomas wouldn't have been just an upgrade of insurance there but you were that confident that you were like that. To me, that still hangs on me is that they gave that man an extension before Troy Weaver and Joe Dumars saw Jordan Hawkins play a game, and they gave that man his rookie extension for that 4th year. And that to me is as unconscionable as any other move that they made when there were other shooters available in the league, other bigs that were available in the league. And this is what they came back with. Like that is on the front office. You had these opportunities in the offseason to sign better front court players. You had opportunities in offseason to sign more shooting when you knew that you needed those dynamic abilities on your team, and you didn't do it. Not even high. We're not talking about high price guys here. We're not talking about $20 million, $30 million players. We're talking about guys who got less than $7 million annually, and the Pelicans were not in on these guys. I don't think that they were ever in because there was never a push. You didn't see guys coming to New Orleans for visits. You didn't see it. They were confident in what they had. And they're still confident in what they have.
I don't know. To that point, Grub, where's Jordan Hawkins from? Maryland. Where's my guy from?
We gotta stop.
Hey man. All right. But can I answer this question here?
Yeah.
Killer Cam, appreciate you. You've been in the comments before. Have you watched like Anthony Edwards, like Luka Doncic, hell, even Trae Young? Look at Jalen Brunson. Look at these guys. Like they don't just have 30 when they win games, right? They have like 30 points, 7 or 8 assists, 7 or 8 rebounds, and they win the game. I'm asking Zion to do all of that because he gets paid to do all of it. If he doesn't want to do all of it, cool. Just don't get paid to do all of it. That's all I'm saying. Yo, we want him to be selfish. I want you to get 30. I also want you to help the other players in your team get better. I also want you to rebound, and I also want you to win. That's what superstars are. That's what they are.
I think what's being missed here, as well, with Zion is that like there was a time where he could have these performances and just be a weapon, right? Because that's what he is right now. Like he's a weapon. Who can expand beyond depending on the game flow, his rhythm, and who he's out there going against. But there was a time where he could have a night like tonight and it looked spectacular and the Pelicans would win. Well, that period in time, they had more talent. They had Brandon Ingram, or they had Jonas Valanciunas, they had CJ, like they had other players as well, to where a good majority of the shit wasn't focused on Zion. So a 32 points might have been a dagger against even good teams. It's not what this roster set up. even when Trey Murphy is available. It's not against moderate, average, and above teams. You can go out there and be that way against Brooklyn, but not if you are the number one, not if you're the number one guy. And look, like none of these things, like even this comment here, dog. We started the show talking about how bad the shooting is and the roster construction and the wasted money that's on the team and the draft, and Jordan Hawkins and so on and so forth. Like, yeah, like that's you guys are all 100% correct. But there's also, and coaching, whatever you want to throw it, Joe Dumars, great, 100%. That does not mean that Zion doesn't have some level of accountability to himself, if nobody else, to himself, to make his life easier by taking these jump shots that we're watching him take. He took 17 shots. There's not another 6'6" player in this league that will take 17 shots and not shoot jumpers, not shoot anything beyond, let's say, 15 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet. There's not another player. So, when I'm having conversations, or I'm saying here that Zion needs to expand and do more and shoot the best, sure. Even if you don't think he has no one to pass the ball to, cool. He can still rebound. If you don't think he can rebound, he can still shoot the ball. And I'm telling you, unless this team takes a major leap when we're talking about with talent, we're going to be having some of these same conversations unless Zion chooses to do the things that he is capable of doing. Shooting the basketball, being an active rebounder, being attentive on defense, continuing to improve as a leader. But that's it. And I don't think that that's too much to ask from anybody.
He's not a difference maker on the defensive end. He's not blocking shots. He's not getting steals. He's not changing the momentum of the game that way, which is what you would ask your star player to do, right? These are the things that you ask for a guy who's going to make $46 million next season, right? He just got 20% of it guaranteed for playing game 41. We know that part. He got the other 40% of the salary now guaranteed. And it's, at this stage, if you're making this much money, and again, we're talking about year seven. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, you have to impact winning. And what we have seen is that his impact on winning has gone down in each of the last 4 years. The defensive part is he's playing the worst defense of his career. And this is 30. We're not talking about in and out of the games anymore. Like, nobody's saying Zion is the reason the team is bad, but he's supposed to be part of the reason that they're not so bad. And he's not elevating them at all. So you don't pay a guy $50 million to make you last in your division, to win 30 games over 2 years. You don't pay somebody that kind of money. Like, yeah, he's not the worst player on the team. No one has said that. We've all said he's spectacularly talented, but he's not making the team better. And that's at the minimum. That's what he has to do. They are no better with him on the court currently than they are with him off the court. You can be, like they say, like, you can be bad by yourself. You can be bad without paying him for $50 million.
And this is no different than when Kobe got criticized. I'm not comparing Zion to Kobe. I'm just comparing the situation. Like, Kobe got criticized when they were losing terribly, right? Like, there were multiple seasons where they were just bad, and he was taking X amount of shots. Like, that's what I really want to see from Zion, right? Like, go over and beyond. If you're gonna die on a hill, like, going down it. Try something different. Add something different to your game while you're bad. Like, this is the experimental time. Like, you can't just be like, oh, we're gonna lose, but I'm gonna continue to do the same thing I've been doing. Like, no, you gotta try something different. This isn't like me saying Zion is some terrible player and I don't want him in New Orleans. Like, nah, that's not, as far from it. I just want to see a different version of him, because the version that I'm seeing now is almost the same one I saw a year ago. And Grubb's looking at the numbers, and he's actually getting worse. So he has to change his game to get to a different level, which he's getting paid to.
You know, I mean, in 5, we keep talking about, and we about to open up the phone lines, y'all. We
Yeah.
keep, you know, there's, you know, people want to accept reality, right? Like, you know, people, this is who he is, and you know, who is he passing the ball to? What else do you want from him? Everyone wants to accept reality, all right? Well, let's talk about this reality. The reality is, let's say in football, if the defense sucks, the coach sucks, the wide receiver sucks, and the team is bad, you know who gets most of the criticism no matter what? The quarterback.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, indifferent. If the team is not playing well and the quarterback is a part of this, at some point that quarterback, the leader, and this in any organization, dog, when you are not performing and you are the leader of such, they looking at you first. When you are number one, they looking at you, and they, all right, I know, I see all the other shit that's happening here. I see you don't have the resources, you don't have this and that, but what are you doing? If Zion was going out here dropping 50, if Zion was out here having triple doubles, if Zion was out here playing like a top 10 player, which I would still argue that talent-wise, gifts-wise, he's still in that range. My opinion. If he was out here doing that, we would have no choice. When Chris Paul was here in New Orleans and he was dropping 30 and 10 and 11 and 8 and that, he was at the top of the top. There was nothing else that Chris Paul could have done. He had maxed out as a shooter. He had maxed out. We already knew what he could do passing the basketball. He had maxed out giving you the best he could defensively. He was at his peak. There was nothing else that he could add to his game. He had it. At that point, you had to look around and say, all right, well, shit. This shit ain't working. Because he ain't the problem. So no matter if you think Zion is or is not the problem, you cannot look at him at the same way right now and say he is at his best as a basketball player. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not willing to be honest with him.
Hey,
that's why I send the boys a link, man. All that yapping, man. Get on stage and talk.
Chris, I just like how you said reality and then you went to hypothetical.
I'm a podcaster, bro.
Mason, but that's like,
real,
I used to talk about Drew Brees in that same realm. Right? Like the teams were like, he was really good, but then the team would like go 8-8. I'm like, nah, he's not that great. He's not Tom Brady. Like, nah, but look at the numbers, man. Bump them numbers. Like, did he win? That's all that really matter, right?
Well, hold on a second.
If you're looking at New Orleans loves Archie Manning, right? New Orleans loves Archie Manning, not because of the numbers he put up, right? Like the love affair with Archie has nothing to do with his numbers. It has to do with they believe that he outplayed the supporting cast around him, right? What they tell you is that Archie didn't have no help, but Archie gave it everything he had on Sundays. That's why they loved him. And I think that's the thing, again, like Five is saying, or Chris is like, if Zion was going out and taking all the shots every night, if he was attacking the rim relentlessly and saying, fuck it, just get out the way, y'all suck, I'm going to do this. And they still lost, but he was doing everything that he could and just said, if we lose, we're going to lose because I shot it too many times. Yep. We ain't going to lose because ain't nobody going to say we lost because I didn't take enough shots. If he was that dude and they kept losing, I think there'd be a whole lot different level of respect for his effort. But you don't, it always feels like he's left bullets in the chamber. Every night you feel like there could have been more. I could have gotten more out of Zion tonight. And that is a big problem with your number one player. You should never feel like, or not as often as Pelicans fans, I think, do. Either if you love Zion, there's nights where y'all are saying he's left 10 or 12 points on the floor. And if you hate Zion, you're saying he's left 10 or 12 points on the floor. That can't be the story every night with Zion, and it is. That's the problem. It is. Like Chris said, you don't question certain guys. You know they're going to give you – you don't question Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? At this stage, Russ, 37 years old, whatever, he's going to give you 48 minutes of Russ. Whatever he got that night, it's going to be 48 minutes of Russ. If we're getting 32 minutes of Zion and you don't know what you're going to get from night to night.
Hey, Five, that's all I'm going to say. Drew Brees had generationally bad defenses. Like, they ain't do my dog no favors on the defense. So that's why our receiver was Marcus Cole.
Could have called a few more runs, though.
Yo,
Yeah.
he was checking out of those runs and throwing the ball. I don't want to hear that, Lito.
Come on, man. Stop, man. Fucking Tom Brady was throwing a Randy Moss,
listen,
man.
look at this. Listen, to this. His shoulder would still be intact if he just ran the ball a little bit more.
Hey, bro.
A few more runs in the second half, man.
But go ahead, call the folks up. We need some people to talk to.
All right, man. We got people in here, man. My dog Alvin in the building. What's good, Alvin?
What's up, it
Whoa, what's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's all love, man? How you?
Coolin'. First off, shout out to y'all as always. First show after the break, other than Grub Show. Appreciate y'all as always.
You know that.
Duh. The only thing I kind of want to, I guess, like expound on as far as the Zion point, I think, and this is just me, and everything that y'all said about Z not like looking like the force that we've seen Z look like in previous seasons, because we've seen Z at points during damn near every season, even with the limitations, have moments where you're like, bruh, this dude is obviously the best player on the floor, right? I think this particular season, I don't know what him and Joe got going on, and it's just my thought, is that they probably like, Z, bruh, just get out the season healthy. Because the biggest hindrance that people have been talking about is, he can't play more than 30 games. Even last season, when you knew he probably could have played 50 games, but they shut him down early, the season was a loss. But all you heard at the end of the season was, hey, he only played 30 games. So I think with the contract, Z, and you've seen Z like in the Laker game specifically, dominating both sides of the ball, start turning up. What happened? Hamstring. In the year where they was the number 1 seed, he started rolling, hamstring. Now, I'm not saying that it's the way that it should go, but my thinking is that at this point in Z career, the season was like terrible. And even if you remember like the first couple games when they looked like they had some kind of hope, I guess, like Z was giving you damn near 29, 8, and 6 in the first couple games. Look at the game against Memphis, the game against the Spurs, hitting game winners, the pull-up jumper and all of that. And then they suck. And then it's kind of like, all right, they had the little freak injury. And my personal opinion, I just think they like, look, dog, I'm trying to get my bread. Like, I got to get to these 60 games. Like, we not doing nothing anyway. At some point, you got to make somewhat of a business decision. So I think that's why you don't see the Zion-esque, driving to the rim recklessly, or defending the paint, or getting some of those blocks. And I'm not saying it's an excuse, like it's excusable, but if you do get hurt this particular season, you know what I mean? Like, and you miss out, like Z future is on the line. And if you was his agent, what would you be telling him? That's just my only point. Like, we got to get to that 60 game mark. Like, you got to get to the 60 game mark. If I'm Z in the agent, team suck. I'm not trying to get hurt for this team. Respectfully, I'll catch y'all in next season, and we'll see what we can do. I guarantee you this: if you traded Z, if they did trade Z and trade Z to a contender, right? Do you think we would still see the same level of effort, or do you think you would see Z look more like what it is you've seen previously?
Isn't that an indictment of Zion right there, though?
I agree.
Like,
I'm not
that's an indictment of the player.
No bell. I'm not shooting no bell. I'm not saying that. I'm just my assumption on what he looked like and why.
Well, Alvin, bro, I'm not even saying trade Zion. I just want Zion to be better. Like that's it. This ain't even like to me. This ain't even about trading Zion, and this ain't about blame, dog. Like, criticism ain't the same as pointing the finger and saying it's all your fault. It's two different things. I'm just like, and with Zion, that's really all it is. I don't think, and I really mean this, dog. There is nothing that I'm saying, and I'm sure with the panel, it's like most of it, like, we coming from a good place. This ain't like, so it's like we want to see bro do better. We want to see bro, we get an opportunity to watch him play however many times a year. And when you continue to repeat the same stuff and you continue to make the same mistakes, somebody gotta be like, hey,
This
you
is
still
bullshit.
gotta be better.
Yeah.
You like you have to be better. Fuck what's around you. We can see that. Fuck the front office. We know the front office is bad. We know the mistakes that's made. We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about ownership for forever. We been talking. We just talked about roster construction. At that point, that element is no shit. But it don't matter. It don't matter what's going on around you, dog. The end of the day, people want to see you be better, and there's still things that Zion can/needs to be doing to hold to the standard that he talks about being at. And to me, that's really the biggest point that most of us are trying to make up here, dog. Just be better.
I have a question. I first off, I agree, but I have a question. If Z came out and just, let's say, for the rest of the season, like, I'm shooting all, like, I'm just working on my game, shooting all jumpers and shit like that. Like, it wasn't effective. It wasn't, not effective, but you know what I mean? Like, you literally saw him just coming out trying to work on his game. Would it be more beneficial to do that and try and add the elements and things that we haven't seen? Or is it like, go do what we need you to do to try and get some of these dubs?
You do it in the flow of the game. Like, if you're gonna take jumpers, you take them in the, you don't start taking bad shots. Like, that's not what anybody's asking him to do, but you're asking him to continue to be aggressive. You're asking him to find, like a counter move. You're asking him to be able to make a jump stop and turn that into either a jumper or to kick it back out and do those things, be able to turn right. Like, those kinds of things are not things that should be out of the ordinary to ask for a player in year 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not nobody's saying you want Zion to be 5 3-point attempts per game. We ain't saying all that. We ain't saying he's got to be KD in the mid-range. But you've got to have some variation. And it's the same for him. Like, this is the problem with him and Derek Queen as a pairing. It's because you're getting too much of the same kind of production out of the two of them. They're doing the same things at the same time. You know they're both going to attack same kind of ways off the dribble. You know that neither one is going to really attack with their back to the basket. You know that there's not really going to be a lot of 3-point attempts from either one of them. And Derek, whatever Zion lacks in height, Derek lacks in athleticism. So it's like those two players are doing the same things on the court. And for Derek, it's year 1. But if we talk about Derek Queen in year 7, with the same limitations in his game that he has now, are you going to say that it's because of what's around him that Derek Queen didn't develop? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the failure of the talent around you to add to your game. It may be the failure of the talent around you for your team to get better, for your record to improve, for you to win a championship. But in year 7, you've not added anything to your game just to make you be able to use what you do well better. Like, we say always go to your right, but have the right to make sure the left gets by. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in boxing. You can't just have the jab. You got to have got to have a counter punch. And Zion doesn't have the counter punch. Derek doesn't have the counter punch. So you need that counter punch in order to make yourself continue to be effective. It's as your athleticism dies, every player, as you get older and your athleticism dies, you have to rely on your fundamentals and your skills and your basketball IQ. Have those things gotten higher for guys at this stage in their career? And I think that's the biggest thing with Zion is I don't think you feel like his instincts are better. His intelligence is higher. His, all the nuance that you expect a veteran to have at this stage, it's not there in his game.
For sure.
Man.
Appreciate y'all for having me. I know y'all got other people and whatnot, dog. Shout out to y'all, man. Hope
Appreciate
y'all boys
you,
having a good year, bro. For sure.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey,
Always.
All right, man. We got Silver coming up, man. Let's keep it. We gonna try to keep it to a minute, man. I know I'm trying to get so I can get all y'all up here. Silver, what's good, bro? Silver, I think you're muted. Silver.
Y'all can hear me now?
There you go.
Oh, sweet. All right. I know I got a minute. I'm gonna keep it short. I have a quick thesis, man. I want y'all to walk with me. I'm gonna say some quick shit, and it's gonna probably be different. It's gonna probably like challenge y'all like fandom and shit, but I promise y'all, after I finish saying it, it's gonna make sense. All right. Let me go through my notes. I made some notes for this shit. All right. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we don't. You're not muted.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
You know.
All right, cool. I probably won't read it. I'm going to try to just like remember it. Basically, I wanted to kind of go through the whole front office list. So we traded a first round pick in the upcoming future, generational draft. Like the top 10 is looking insane, right?
Yeah.
We traded for Jordan Poole. Until today, we was having $30 million sit on the bench. What else we had? We had, I think today we was watching Darvin Ham being spoken to with Troy Reaver, who refuses to talk to the media, and we still haven't had no updates what's going on. Front office treats the media like shit, barely show their face. While all this is going on, Gail Benson and Dennis Launch is at the, on the floor seats talking about horses, right? All this shit going on, right? I guess my question to y'all, I feel like with everything going on right now, y'all, and I can't remember everything because I can't look at my notes right now, but with everything going on, I personally think that the best thing that can be done is us not becoming the Chicago Bulls. I'm completely out on this front office already. I feel like they've done enough shit. And I think the best thing we can hope for at this point is that the Hawks get the number 1 pick, that we hire Darvin Ham, and that this shit, like this Band-Aid, is ripped off as soon as possible. Because the more and more we keep doing these mid-ass, like in the middle deals, it's going to prolong it. It's going to give Gail Benson this fake hope that we should keep these dudes here longer. And I just don't believe in these dudes already. I feel like they did enough damage like already. I mean, look, the DeAndre Jordan deal, like picking up Hawk option. Like there's so much small little shits like we could just look at.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have any faith in them to like pull this shit around. And I'm actually hoping for like the worst. So like it could rip the Band-Aid off faster. That's all I got.
Nah, man.
It get worse than this, Silver.
I mean, hopefully, like look, personally, bro. I know it's gonna be hell, but I want the Hawks to get the number 1 pick. Like I'm rooting for chaos. I'm a chaos merchant right now. Because like I just don't trust this front office, bro. Like I don't want us to do any like middle in the line shit because we just prolonging the inevitable,
Man, first of all, I don't think you needed your notes. You smoked that shit. Your timeline was accurate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, let me say this. You said something about fandom. Man, it's hard as hell to be a fan. Like you gotta be a real sicko to keep showing up every game for this shit. So you got us there.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, we got callers calling and talking about what Zion gonna do and shit and strategize and who we're gonna get. Like, do y'all really believe this front office is gonna choose the right coach? Like, come on, man. Like, they're not gonna choose the right coach.
I'll let y'all answer.
Yeah. And if you were the right coach, why join this?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't even say that to be like to be asked. So that's a legit question. What's the benefit if you are the right coach of joining this?
One more thing to add on. Since we're doing this 2 timeline thing, I personally think that the rookies already fucked. Like, I think Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen is over already. Personally, I think with us like not setting up the correct foundation for them, like what we're gonna go next year and try to win now, like they're gonna be reserved basically, right? Like I don't know. I just feel like this whole strategy, bro. Like we failed them already personally. Like I just think it's over already for them.
5. Don't like you, buddy.
I'm not gonna go that far and say that they failed already. I do think there were some missteps, right? I still think, although Jeremiah Fears doesn't think so. I think Jordan Poole is the wrong person to have as your vet at this point. I'm not saying he's a bad person. That's not. I just think his game does not align with what you would want your young guard to see. It just doesn't. I'm not saying that he doesn't work hard. I'm not saying that he isn't a good player. I'm just saying the way he plays basketball is not indicative of a young, progressing guard. I do not want to see Jeremiah Fears do what Jordan Poole does, but I do not think the young man has failed, right? I do see some progression in his game so far, and that along with Derek Queen, right? Like you see good things from him, but also you see nights like tonight that he wasn't very good. Offensively, he did some really good things, but defensively, he was atrocious. That's the learning curve. Like, that's all rookies. I think they all go through this. The real test is next year, right? Like, the real test is like, what did you learn from the previous year, and what did you get better at during the summer to bring back to the next season? Like, that's the real test, and you can see like the true jump of a NBA player.
Bro.
The thing I worry about with Queen, the thing I worry about for him is, again, roster construction is so important for him, because if the Pelicans are deciding that he's a 4, right, and you bring back, let's say you bring back Sadiq Bey next year, you have Zion back next year, and you've decided that Queen is a 4, not a 5, that starting lineup looks very unbalanced again, does it not? Because if you're talking about starting Zion, Bey, and Trey with Queen in that group as well, that is still an unbalanced lineup. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work. So, like, that's the thing, is like, if Queen is going to be a 4, he's got to be a much better 4. And if he's going to be a 5, then you got to figure out what the rest of this lineup looks like too. And so there's still a lot of roster construction that has to be done. I think the concern for Derek is there are obvious. He's got to get physically in shape. He does not look like he's in great shape right now. He has to do that. He has to find some semblance of just being able to get into the post and operate from the mid and low post, like Five talked about earlier, being able to operate in the zone and attack from there in the mid post, be able to do something in that area, be more confident with his mid-range jump shot. He's got to do those things. But roster construction is far more of an impetus for Derek Queen's future than it is for Jeremiah Fears. In this league, if you can get to the bucket and you're Jeremiah Fears, while he's got that, he's going to get the opportunity. For Derek Queen, this offseason will be way more telling for him, the jump from year season 1 to season 2, than it will be, I think, for Fears, who probably has more runway to get better. But for Queen, it's got to get better quickly.
I appreciate y'all. I have one more little tad bit. So if next year we win now and we try to go for it, and by chance Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears still struggle, do you guys still believe that we will be able to like give them like some space to to develop? Because that's what I meant when I say that it's kind of overrated, because with their type of talent, like I just feel like if we would have did this the right way, like they would have had more breathing room to like fail. Like I don't know, bro. I just feel like next year there's going to be so much pressure from Gale and them to like try to turn this shit around, and like that's going to put so much pressure on the rookies to like have a big second leap jump. So that's why I was trying to see with that. But I don't think it's over for them. I just think that if we kind of like blew the shit up, which we know they're not going to do, but if they blow it up and give them a little more breathing room to kind of start and to figure shit out versus just trying to rush and win now and then bring in Ja or whoever. I don't know. I've never seen that shit work before, man. Like I feel like I don't know. That's all I got though. Y'all be cool, man.
All right, so
Cool, dog. Appreciate you.
Whoa, no. Young prospect in the building. What's good, bro?
Whoop, y'all get me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Hey, man. Real talk. You want to know who I'm mad with the most?
Who's that, bro?
I'm mad with this goddamn fan base. I'm mad with this fucking fan base. Why y'all making all these excuses? Why y'all making all these excuses, man? Y'all see what it is. We got players that's just simply not good enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. We ain't got a good enough coach. We ain't got a good enough front office. Nobody putting fucking effort in. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. Like everybody making all these excuses, man. Why we can't hold Zion accountable? Why we can't ask more from Zion? Why? He's supposed to be the star player, right? Right?
That's what I thought.
He was number 1 pick, right? All right. Come on, man. I don't even like AD, but I can say AD did his job while he was here. Yeah, he got hurt a little too much, but when he was out there, man, what? Come on, man. 2 rebounds and shit like that. Nah, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable, bro. That's facts. Stop making excuses. Like us as a fan base, bro, we the ones gotta make noise. Cause as much as we sit up here and make these excuses, they ain't gonna do nothing. Like motherfuckers hoot and holler about the Saints all day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, oh, look what Zion did early in the season. Y'all remember when Derek Carr started all 3-0? Then what happened? Yeah, it's the same shit. but nobody won't be real about it. Why everybody so quiet about the Pels? I'm more passionate about the Pels than the Saints. I love both of them, but I'm more of a basketball dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more passionate about the Pels. And I don't like the fact that they don't get held accountable like the way they hold the Saints accountable. You know what I'm saying?
We
Us
can't
getting
talk
Jordan
about
Poole,
him. We
you know what
tried.
that was like? When we got picking up Jordan Poole, that was like when they went signed Jarvis Bird. That's what that's like. I just
Man, I
want
was
us as a
surprised
fan
tonight
base.
that nobody booed, man.
Huh?
I was surprised nobody booed tonight. Gail sitting there, they put her on the like the screen and nobody boos.
Exactly.
Like
Soft.
that you don't have to be disrespectful. I ain't talking about saying nothing about the woman personally or whatever. But as the owner of the franchise, she's failed. Right? We talk about 11 losing seasons in 15 years. That's what we talking about. 11 losing seasons in 15 years, and nobody booed. And nobody booed.
Yeah, she a nice lady and all that, but come on, man, we still deserve a winner. We still deserve a winner,
bro.
At
Like,
least compete.
I don't
Nothing
care
else,
about her
compete.
being nice. Like, her being nice that's great, you know, for her personal life. But like,
But that's all I wanted to say, man. I just want us as a fan base, we got to make noise, because that's the only way this shit gonna change. Until then, it's gonna always be this rinse and repeat cycle, no matter who the players or whatever.
man, real man, appreciate your prospect.
Appreciate you, dog.
We got Jay Black in the building. What's good, Jay Black?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
You get me?
I can hear you.
Benson, she was in 2018 when her husband died, but she had 18, I believe, or 17.
Yeah. You kind of your phone kind of going in and out.
Going in and out. You hear me now? I'm closer to the phone.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me hear what you're saying.
I'm gonna switch to my other phone then. I'll switch to my other phone. Yeah, you got pull somebody else up.
I mean,
you can go ahead and talk, man. We here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Benson been here for a long time, 8 years. She has been it's been terrible. It's been terrible with her. Now Zion, you said Zion, he need a lot of improvement. Playmaking, he needs to improve. Rebounding, assists. Well, that's playmaking. Need to become a better defender. He need a lot of things to improve. And taking a lot more quality shots. But the roster is bad. So if I would say a list of orders that they need to like follow, I believe is the lineup, the player, the coach. Oh, my bad. It's the owner first, coach second, players. I would say Zion before all the other players. Zion needs to improve better than the players, so everything else can move in motion. I will believe that everybody killing the Jordan Poole trade when it was good when everybody thought it was. Sadiq Bey, we got Sadiq Bey good out of it. We got a lot of things that's a positive. But we do gotta, because this losing, people saying blow it up, I can't do it. As a fan, I can't watch that much bad basketball. I'm watching it now, but watching this much bad basketball is really telling. Like, it hurts my heart.
Let me ask you this: you say we got a lot of positive. What you mean by that?
All right, positives. So we have Sadiq Bey. We have Zion scoring 21. Sadiq Bey scoring at least like 18. We have Trey Murphy. We got solidified scoring right there. 3. We need people that can shoot around them. We need people to shoot around them, or defenders, or something. that I would say 3 legitimate scorers. That's right there. It looked like Herb fell off defensively, or he's hurt. Something's going on because he's not impacting the team defensively like he used to be. I thought playing Carlo as the backup power forward would be good. Measy has been a bright showing when he plays minutes because I obviously don't like to play him a lot of minutes. I would say there's a lot of positive, and we gotta see what the point guard going to do when he come back.
All right, so let me ask you one more question. So you said, I think you gave me 6 positives, but you are against blowing the team up?
Against blowing the team, how you gonna blow the team up though? I will blow the team up. How you gonna blow the team up though? It depends on how you blow the team up. Not like if you're saying you gonna have Queen as your number 1, Spears, Queen, we gonna move that way. We gonna move Zion to get another 20-point scorer. We gonna keep Sadiq Bey, or we gonna trade Sadiq Bey? What? Give me a scenario, and I can better answer your question.
Let me give you a broad scenario then. Okay. I'm gonna give you the landscape of the NBA, and you are in a Western Conference where you know that you have a solid Oklahoma City team for the next 2 to 3 years, right?
Yeah.
You have a San Antonio team that's going to be getting better and better. They are younger than you at the premium position. Stephon Castle is in year 3? Stephon Castle's in year 2. Wemby's in year 3, and they got Harper in year 1. Okay, so they're going to be getting better, and that's in your division, San Antonio. So then on top of that, you start taking the rest of the West, and you still got a team in Minnesota where Ant Edwards is entering the prime of his career, and he's got a better structure around him than you would say in New Orleans. Denver still has Jokic, who is in the mid to late prime of his career. So he's got another 4 to 5 years ago. You have a Pelicans team that has won 36 games over the last 2 years. And you're saying, don't build it up. When you got Zion with 2 years left on his contract, Herb has a long deal on his contract. None of your guards are under contract for a long term. So what are you keeping that says that you're close to being competitive with just those top 4 teams in the West, let alone the other teams in the West who are getting better currently and who are further along in their rebuild than you are right now? How many years do you think it's going to take by keeping it together and just adding some parts for you to be a legitimate contender in that Western Conference?
So you're saying right now we're competitive with most of those teams that you just named. OKC, we lose badly. We just don't match up good with them. They're tougher than us.
They haven't beaten Denver. Hold on, brother. Hold on. We got to pause for a second. They haven't beaten Oklahoma City at all in 6 years, right? They haven't beaten Denver in 4 years. They haven't beaten them in 4 years. You won a couple games against Minnesota, but we ain't talking about competing. These are teams that are winning 50 games a year, and you're saying we're right there with them?
When we play the games, when you see the game, are we playing close? Do we compete with them? Or do we get smoked by them? Do we get blown out?
I mean, you losing though. Like what is that? I guess what is the competitiveness part of you losing?
We're missing a piece. The point guard. We need a point guard to settle down. And we haven't close games with them. All the woes I just said. How we having close games? And we were getting smoked by everybody. Oh yeah, blow this shit up. What you're saying is we missing a point guard. Somebody that's a super general. I don't think we have that. If DeJounte Murray is that, we will see by the end of this year. But if he's not, then you could blow it. You could blow it up if you see you gotta see. That's how I say it. If it's not a drastic improvement right now, I'm not saying in 2 years we're gonna keep this 2 years. I say by the end of this year. We'll know. We'll know what is what, especially with DeJounte Murray coming back. We'll know where the fault's at. If we just need a point guard or we need to blow it up. But I don't say we're that far away from these people. No, I don't. Then we wouldn't be complaining about close losses. We wouldn't complain about close losses if we was that far away from these people. We're far away from OKC, but we're not far away from a lot of the other teams you think. No.
J-Bag, I
Far away from
appreciate you. I know we got to get some other people up, but I just want to say this. You say that we're competitive against like the good teams, those teams. Well, if that's the case, then why don't we beat the bad teams?
It calls coaching. Coaching. You can see we played terrible against faster teams. Indiana, Milwaukee. That's a stylistic matchup that's bad. Terrible for us. Because Derek Queen is starting, he's slow-footed, his agility. You could just keep hitting him with pick and rolls, and you'll mess up the whole formulation of the defense. But let's talk about Minnesota. We beat Minnesota. That's not a stylistic matchup that is a disadvantage. This is. Miami is. OKC is because they're tougher than us, and we need structure that's tough. But most of the other teams, Denver, we lose to Denver. They
haven't beaten Miami and Miami hasn't played fast in all those years. When Jimmy Butler was there, they wasn't going fast.
I said Miami was a stylistic. They don't have to go fast.
They just switched up their style, brother. Is what he's saying. They just started playing like this.
They don't do pick and rolls now.
Butler was there. They wasn't playing fast.
Okay. You want to harp on Miami?
No. It's not. No. It's not the Miami. It's not the Miami part. We basically. So okay, I'm gonna give you this. You said OKC plays tougher than us.
Yes.
Right. All right. OKC is better than us though. Like they have depth roster wise. There's a lot of depth on that team. Like look at the talent disparity from OKC. Right. Like and I do think we need a coach, but I'm saying a coaching change ain't just gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta actually add talent to get there.
Ime Udoka changed the Houston Rockets from their coaches. Their coaches wasn't tough. Now they're tougher than.
Bro, look who on that team though. That's what I'm saying. Like look who's on that team.
There's more talent. There's more top end talent on that team.
So Ime Udoka didn't change how Houston played.
No one's arguing against that he didn't, but there's just like you're missing the talent portion of it all.
We need more talent. But
you can just show up and be like, we're gonna be good.
Yeah. Okay. Again, this is an example. Like this team did win like 40 some odd games a couple years ago, right? Do you think that was because they had a good coach?
They had better players. They had better players in. Listen, they had defense. They had a type of players for the coach that you had. You had more defensive-minded players. You had a defensive-minded coach. Once you started saying "fuck Willie," and you're gonna start going more offense and try to shoot your way, Dyson Daniels trade. Letting dude go to Dallas, not Najee. Letting your glue guys go away.
Hold on. You just said they needed a point guard, right? They went out and tried to get that point guard with the DeJounte Murray deal. And I don't remember nobody real like I remember a lot of people saying they was glad to see that move made. And now that it hasn't panned out, we going back and saying that they got rid of the defensive-minded player. But when DeJounte came, everybody said that's the defensive point guard that they had been looking for, that this was the guy who was going to take him to the next level.
He got hurt. Everybody envisioned that. I envisioned that too. But we was wrong. But I didn't want Dyson Daniels to be in this trade. I wanted more TJ McCollum in that trade. But I was different. I was different than anybody else. I'm just saying what I was thinking at that time.
Man, we appreciate you, Jay Black. We got to get to these other folks, bro. Thank you for pulling up on us.
Bless your heart, bro.
Man.
Let's get these last two so we can get out of here, man. We can do a 90 minutes on.
Sean, what's good, bro? Sean Dip.
Sean?
I will. All right. Christian Michelle, what's
Christian
up, Christian?
closing.
Christian?
Going once?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, I can't hear y'all though. What the? Well,
Yeah.
anyway, that's my question though. Do y'all think that tonight proves how important Trey Murphy is in his team? Like, I think he's about the only player that we can't get rid of when it comes to the rebuild process. That's all I got. I can't hear y'all though, so I'm gonna get out.
I mean, we can answer this one fairly quickly. Shout out to you for the question. They made 4 threes, so I feel like that's the easiest question of the night. Shout out to Christian. Hold up, man. Sean back. Sean, what's up, bro?
Yo.
What's up, partner?
What's good, boss?
It's all good, man. How you?
I'm calling, man. I hope you're having a good night. I just got one question though.
What you got?
Based on I think Zion played like 30 games last season. I feel like he regressed from last season to this season.
You mean like skill wise?
Nah, just like overall, like just from the 30 games that you've seen last season from Zion to the amount of games that he's played this season. Do you feel like you see the same Zion? Because I remember it was a point where like he only played 30 games. He was on minutes restriction, but niggas was like, yo, he averaging 25 and 25 minutes. He was scoring like a point a minute or something crazy. Whatever.
I see the same.
So like I'm saying, like, do you feel like he's regressed from the 30 games that you've seen him last season to this season right now?
Well, I can say this in them 30 games, I know he averaged more points, rebounds, assists. To be honest, I think he shot the ball more last year. So, I mean, if we going off that, then yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
So if I'm going off body
Everything was
language,
higher
I would say both of you guys agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Why
So
would you
last
say
year
that
was the best complete Zion we saw.
Grub, I can't hear you, boss.
I'm saying I think last year's Zion was the most complete
Can you hear
Zion
him?
that we saw
Lito, can you
in
hear
those
him?
30 games.
Yeah, he said last year was the most complete Zion that we saw in those 30 games.
But why is my question? Why can't I hear him? You can hear him. I can hear you, Lito, but I can't hear him.
I don't know. Grub, he said why? He said why was that the
Why
the
do you
best
feel that is though? In only 30 games, why do you feel like that's the most complete Zion compared to the Zion that you have seen this season throughout 40 or some shit like that?
Felt like
40,
last season
40.
Zion had taken control of the team. I think
really can't hear him.
I think we noticed last year that it felt like when Zion was on the court last year, it was his team, that he was leading them, that even against teams that they were outmatched, and they were certainly outmatched last year, talent for talent. But there were games last season when you felt like just having Zion on the court meant they had a chance, and they played
Lito,
like
I
that.
hope you could
Like he dragged a team that I feel that had
communicate
certainly had
whatever he's
less
saying,
talent
'cause I really
last
can't
year
hear him at all.
than they have this
see
year.
him.
I think last year's team was worse, and I think Zion played better. He was more intense. He was better on both sides of the floor. He was a more engaged passer. I thought he was a better rebounder last season. So yeah, I think he took on ownership. And then this year he has not. Now I can't tell you why, but it's clear by the way he's played that he's not been the same level of intensity.
So Sean,
I'm really mad I can't hear him because he sound like he like
he was cooking. He was cooking, Sean. So he said basically like it's just a night and day difference from the player itself, like from a leadership perspective, from his approach to the game. Basically like his just the continuity as a teammate. He said Zion took control of games last year, and he was like, "You're just not getting that from this player, this year." I mean, look again, going just down the list, right? Like in 30 games, he gave you 28 minutes, right? But he was averaging 25 points, He was giving you 7.2 rebounds. He was giving you almost 5.5 assists. Like all of those numbers are down across the board.
All right. Okay. All right. So my question is this,
Yeah.
right? Because I watch every game, and I'm pretty sure y'all do too. Is he in the building? If you don't mind me asking, I really don't mean no disrespect. Like this is coming from a fan for real. Like, I really want to know what the fuck is going on. You feel me? Because it makes no sense from what you telling me right now to how you feel about him to how he's become just the next season. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I get
So
you.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So is he in the building? Cause I watched the games. And like I said, I've been on here before. I've seen him being looked off. I've seen the lobs that he would usually get that he's not getting. I've seen all these things, and I'm not an apologist for this nigga because I promise you, I know I pay attention. You feel me? I know he could do better. He could want it more. He could be putting in more work. I know this. You know what I'm saying? But if you watch the games and you see his body language and you see how they missing him on certain mismatches, certain cuts, certain lobs. It's no way, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go from what you was doing last season in 25 minutes to what you doing now. It makes no sense, gang. And I know you hear the passion in my voice as a fellow New Orleans world. How you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let's be real. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, like yo, there have been and Grab could attest to this. There have been many times that they've missed Zion on like when he does seal, right? When he does seal, and when he does get a
and he could be more like an AE and demand the ball. I'm not even taking that from him. He needs to be, but how can you be that when you've been injured every year? How can you come into a team and say, nigga, this is my team, pass me the ball? He hasn't been available. So it's like you gotta blame him. You gotta blame him, but at the same time, how can you?
Let me ask you this, Sean. So, okay, in that scenario, like, what's your rationale on how to fix that? Like, what do you think the fix is?
I think that he's showing you that he's been the most healthy that he's been since his second year. Give him the fucking ball and get out the way. When he got a mismatch, give him the ball. When you see a lob, if you can't throw that lob, then get somebody who can. Because clearly these niggas can't. You know what I'm saying? I love Derek Queen. I do. But he's shown that they figured him out. You know what I'm saying? And since he's been getting less minutes, and since we've been putting people like Sadiq and shit like that in the lineup, we kind of begin a little bit of success even when we lose. Which it should have been like that from day one. This the same shit we did with Brandon Ingram. We kept feeling like it's his team, and then all of a sudden when Zion get the ball, it's like, oh shit, point Zion work. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing games. If you want to win, do what works. Do what that's gonna bring winning. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. Don't look at him as a scapegoat. And I'm not giving him like excuses or nothing like that. But you got to be real. The nigga been injured. He can't really demand the ball how you think he should, but he should because he's that guy. But at the end of the day, you injured every year. Who the fuck are you to tell me give me the ball? But when he gets the ball,
But
we know what
hold on, let me
happens. The
pause you
numbers
right.
don't lie.
Like you saying that in the locker, like if Zion Williamson in that locker room with those guys can't command the ball, like who is going to, like there's no
I
one
need
on
you
this
to be
team
the
that's going to look
translator
at
because I
Zion
can't hear
Williamson and
him, as you
say
know.
he can't get the ball.
He's saying Grubb said so in that locker room with who's in that locker room and him being Zion, right? If he can't demand a ball from these dudes, who the fuck can he demand a ball from? Regardless of time on the floor, like you Zion and it's Derek Queen or it's Jeremiah Bryce McGowan's, like
Respectfully.
respectfully.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what you mean you can't demand a basketball from them?
Yeah. I get it, but that's what I'm trying to say as far as like the injury history. And I'm not trying to make no excuses for him. I'm not. But it's like, who are you to come in here and try to nigga, I'm Trey Murphy. When you was injured, you see what I was doing, and I kind of got better. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you can't let fucking Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen look off Zion Williamson. That makes no sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. And we've seen that when he has a little bit more authority over them, it brings success. Those are rookies at the end of the day. We love them. They got talent. Let them, feel me, develop. But let's be real. We want to bring wins. We've seen what brings wins. We've seen it. It's not like we haven't seen it.
We ain't seen a lot of them. we
definitely haven't. But why? But why? We haven't seen a lot of them because of the same reason why I'm telling you he can't demand the ball. That's why.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not putting that all on Zion. Like the team construction is terrible. There are no shooters for Zion to even impact the game. You know what I'm saying? He probably right. So I'm not even putting that on Zion when I say there's not a lot of wins. Like constructively, team wise, it's not. Its roster fit is not good. He don't have that. You saw the game tonight, bro. Like pass out the who, kick out where. You know what I'm saying? Who's shooting the ball? I can't blame him for that.
But I've seen the blame. I've seen he ain't going right. I've seen he ain't fit, you know what I'm saying? But we've seen when he shoots the mid-range, it's efficient. Why he doesn't shoot it, that's a different conversation. Like I said, I'm not taking blame from him. Shoot that shit. You know what I'm saying? But when he does, it's efficient. He does go right. He's finished right, maybe. On one hand that I can count.
Finish with the right hand.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying
it's
happened. Don't make it seem like it ain't never happened.
But he don't.
Yeah, he man, look, we just want Zion to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like we want him to be the best version of himself.
I respect
like
that.
Great player selfish. Great player selfish. All great players are selfish. You see it with Wemby. Wemby saying, I got to get all the numbers. I want to get all the wins. Like that's the same approach mentally you want from your best player. Like that he's greedy about everything. I want the numbers. I want the wins. I want the accolades. I want the championships. That's the thing. That's the difference, I think, is like you never feel that way about Zion, that he's greedy about success, about that winning is the most important thing on the court for him. And I think that's what you really need to feel. Like, I think that there was a time when I felt like he could get there. And I just don't feel like he can be the number one player
right now
on an NBA, on a championship contender anymore.
He basically, so look, he said Grub was like, we want him to be selfish. Like you look at Wemby, you look at Ant, you look at Shea, right? And they demanding the ball. They demanding that you respect just their presence on the court. Like, and we want that from him. And the fact that, I don't know, for whatever reason, he just refuses to let like stop being, nobody's asking you to be this nice guy. Like we want you to dominate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want. So like I understand that. I just read your comment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I don't know, Sean, bro. We just
I get you, bro. I get you.
You know what I'm saying? But man, we appreciate you pulling up, my dog.
I appreciate you having me. It was a pleasure, man. I appreciate y'all for real.
No doubt, man. We see. I don't know when they play. What Saturday? When they play, Grub? Saturday?
Tomorrow. Yeah, they got 6 tomorrow.
Back to back.
I ain't gonna be here. But
hey, listen, whenever y'all can have me up again, let me know. Hopefully it's during a winning season. You feel me?
For sure, dog. Keep coming back. We got you.
Say no more.
All right, bro. All right, Grub.
Let's get Pels fan. We gotta give him a shot. And we just call it after that.
I ain't see that. My bad.
Because we got Prospect. We love Prospect, but we got him on already, right?
Yeah. Pels fan, what's good? Bring him see that.
Yo, what's good? I got a question for Grub. I can actually hear Grub, unlike the other guy. But I want to know, like, you know, what you would do if you're, you know, Joe Dumars right now. Like, what do you do with it? Like, this is a dumpster fire. Like, what are you gonna do?
Okay, if I'm taking over today as the GM based on where they are right now, the first thing I'm doing is we get to the off. Well, I'm releasing Jordan Hawkins today. Like, I'm releasing him. Like, we're moving on because I don't think there's anything that I could add him to in a deal next year that makes it work. So I'm releasing him today, and I'm finding me another 4 or 5 that I can get out the street to help me in the front court. But as far as the rest of the season, as soon as the season is over, what I'm doing is I'm trading Herb Jones for whatever I can get at this stage. If somebody still offer me a 1, I'm taking the 1. If it's just 1-1, I'm taking the 1 at this stage. And I'm getting off the Herb Jones deal. I'm packaging. Yep. Unfortunately, I got to package Sadiq Bey with Jordan Poole and send them both out because Bey's value is never going to be higher than it is right now. and I can't sign him to an extension for a team that I have no idea what it's going to look like in 2 years. I already got rid of Jose for no good reason. So I got to think, I got to get some picks back and some versatility. Then I got to trade DeJounte. And whatever I got to do to get DeJounte, that probably means I'm moving Messi to get DeJounte's deal off of there. And if that's the case, I'm looking at what do I have now? I've got a point guard in Fears who I need to develop, and I've got Queen, I've got Zion, I've got Trey, and I got not much else. So at that point, I'm trading Zion too. But the Pelicans will never do any of this. But I'm going back down, and I'm saying I got Trey because Trey works with no matter what lineup I got. Trey is the one player I know if I'm on a long-term rebuild, Trey works, and it's a good deal. I know if I'm trying to win right now, Trey works. So I got 3-4 players that I'm really keeping, and then everybody else I'm looking to bottom out, get picks, because over the next couple of years I need to get flexible, and I'm trying to be ready for in 3 years when you start breaking up these other teams financially that I'm ready to get I find a franchise player in the draft, because there's no franchise players out there for me to trade for in the NBA right now. So if I can't find one, I got to get one in the draft. And they're just and so that's a 2 to 3 year plan. And that's what I'd be looking at, is a 2 to 3 year rebuild to be competitive when you could start breaking up the Spurs and the Thunder and the Nuggets and all those teams are on their downward ascent. Then that's where I'll be on my up.
I don't think Joe Dumars is a real person. Like, genuinely, like, how are you going to sit there and watch this team play and say, you know what, we got the pieces. We got it. Like, this team is 4 years away from being 4 years away. Like we're not – like, I'm watching this game. I'm watching us play the Bucks that don't have Giannis, they don't got nobody. And their players coming off the bench are just so much better than ours. Like, we have $60 million. Now, granted, Poole played for the first time in 2 months today, but we have $60 million that don't play, literally don't play. They just sit in street clothes on the bench. That's what they do. They clap a little bit, but like, we pay them $60 million for nothing. Like, we have no players. Like, our players are terrible. Like, and then, Grub, when you say, how does it work? Like, if you release Hawkins, you got to pay him or no?
If somebody picks him up, you don't. But you're paying him already. Like to me, it's you do addition by subtraction. Because like you said, you have guys who are sitting on the bench who are not playing. And the only reason Jordan Hawkins played tonight is because Trey Murphy wasn't there and they didn't have really no choice. And in the 5 minutes he was on the court, they decided real quick, sit his ass back on the bench. So if that's what he's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got Trey Alexander that you have on your two-way deal. Then let me at least see what Trey Alexander could do. So let me just get rid of Jordan. Like, there's no tradable value. Who's going to offer you anything of value for Jordan Hawkins at this stage? And he has shown you have no confidence in him at this stage. So why is he even on the roster? Give me Trey Alexander. Let me at least see if Trey Alexander can make a shot, because I know Jordan Hawkins can.
I mean, I don't even know. And people say we need a coach. There's not a coach in the world that wants to coach this team. Like, who wants to coach? Who wants to coach for a front office, for a GM who thinks this team is good, and who wants to coach for an owner who doesn't even care if the team's good? Like, she doesn't care.
And any coach that has won something before, and we gotta get at it, but any coach that has won before, they're going to want some say.
Yep.
And you've got two people at the top of New Orleans, not just one. You got to deal with two people. So what coach do you know is going to come in and have to get around Joe and Troy to get the things that they want, player-wise, organizationally, all those things? If you aren't in alignment with them as the head coach, you're still not going to pick the players. So, like, what coach do you know? What Mike? And then you talk about money too. The Pelicans have never paid any head coaches worth any money. You're talking about a league now where $10 million is the norm for good head coaches. And the Pelicans have never paid anybody more than $3 million. So what are we talking about when we talk about great coaches coming to the world?
I appreciate y'all. I don't know. We're insane for doing this. I don't know why we watch this team, but we are crazy. Like, why we watch this thing. But I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me on. Y'all have a good night.
Man, no doubt, man. Appreciate y'all. For me, Grub, and Five, and Chris, and everybody who pulled up, man. Sean, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here. We'll holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Peace.